Make sure you tune in this Friday for Freaky Friday. We got Rizoma in the building this Friday. And we got Sunday Night Live. We got Ash and Friends. And then tonight, as y'all see, it is therapy session. And today, we are going to be talking about the importance of mental health and making sure setting boundaries. So, let's go ahead and start it. Welcome to another episode of No Cap Reacts. I'm your man Bailey, aka Mr. Go Get 'em. And we are here live with another episode of Therapy Session. And we have a wonderful guest here with us today. She goes by the name of Tatiana. Let the world know who you are.
Yeah, so my name is Tatiana. My friends call me Dolly. Tatiana X Dolly on Facebook. If you're on Instagram, it's going to be _ Tatiana, the number 4, real.
Cool. So, let everybody know who you are, where you from. Tell them a little bit about yourself.
Well, I've been in Arizona for almost 4 years, and I came here from Missouri, but I'm originally from Chicago.
Wait, what part of Missouri?
All up in there, little midsection, Kansas City, St. Louis area.
Okay, so my family's originally from St. Louis.
Oh, okay. See, I have family in Kansas City, Missouri.
Okay. I used to actually run a club in Kansas City, North Kansas City off Antioch.
Oh.
So, yeah, I've been all over the place. What you mean the chats ain't working? Somebody already said I like her style. She cool as fuck.
Well, thank you.
All
This is
right.
my first podcast, y'all, so bear with me.
So, ladies and gentlemen, this is her very first podcast. It happened to be right here on No Cap Reacts. We're going to make this a nice, easy, fun transition. Everybody know you come here, you're going to have some fun. We talk a little shit. We talk about the topics that, honestly, people need to be talking about, but unfortunately they shy away from. But we in there. So, the way that I came across you is because, my brother, as well as some other people, are part of what is called Flex Fest, which happens this June. And you happen to be a ring girl this June, correct?
That is true. June 9th, I will be at Flex Fest.
Okay, so outside of that, what is it that you do? What will make them want to put you on Flex Fest? Let the world know why Miss Cool as Fuck.
Well, if you on your phone, got a device in your hand right now, you can go to Facebook, you can go to Instagram, and you can see for yourself. I mean, no one likes to toot their own horn. I mean, we like to toot our own horn.
So the whole
But
reason for this
I'm pretty
is to
cool.
toot your
I'm a
horn.
laid back female, but I'm pretty, I'm one of them ones you want around. That's how I like to say.
Okay, well, she say she one of them ones you want around. So I'm going to toot her horn. She's a model, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, she's out here showing the world how it's done. You do runways?
I want to make it to a runway. I've only done print, in the past. So that is definitely a goal of mine. So if you want, or see me or want to put me on that runway, just DM me, email me. And aside from modeling, I just want to, also say that I am certified with the state. So I work part-time with kids and young adults who have autism and developmental disabilities. I am also a travel agent. My link is in my bio on both Facebook and Instagram.
And what is that they should be looking for?
Shit, everything.
What's your hand? What's your at? What's your
Oh,
at?
okay. I'm like, let's be a little bit more specific. So Facebook, Tatiana X Dolly. Instagram is _ Tatiana, the number 4, real.
Okay. So y'all make sure y'all go check her out on socials. You will also find it in the description of this video, so you can go ahead and click on that. For you crazy guys, stay out of her DMs. Just gonna forewarn you. She seemed like the type that she ain't gonna take no shit. She probably gonna post you all over the internet and talk about you real bad. So
Honestly, I like to keep my relationships away from Facebook. I'm a very private person. Like, if you're on my Facebook, yeah, I can be funny. I have my little personality on there, but when it comes to my personal life, I'm really, play that close to the chest.
so she's another me. Stay out my goddamn business. All right. So when I approached her, I asked if she'd ever did a podcast. She said no. I said, well, this will be the chance for you to go ahead and do it. I'm giving you an open invitation. She decided to take it. As usual, you guys know, I let my guests choose the actual topics. And the topics for her are the importance of healing and setting boundaries. So we're going to go ahead and jump off into this head first, starting with the importance of healing. Okay, I'm going to let you start that off. Why is healing so important to you?
I feel healing should be important to everyone. Healing, let me start by saying this. People make healing when they just throw that word out there and make it seem like it's easy. It's not. It takes discipline, focus, it takes strength, it takes you being able to say no to people. So it's really important though, because during that journey, you learn what you're made of. And I'm not talking about struggling, being without money. We all gonna get out here and get some money because we gotta live. I mean, what are your likes? What are your dislikes? What are your worth? What do you value? What is it that you're looking for? What are you trying to attract? What no longer serves you and you need to get rid of? It requires, discipline, focus. It's important because it helps you get your mind right. Sometimes you have to isolate from everybody, everything, family, friends. It don't. Sometimes you gotta leave a relationship because if that's what it takes for you to have peace, for you to have yourself together, then you got to do it. It's
Okay.
needed.
So have you had to go through that situation yourself?
Yes, I definitely have. I didn't understand the importance of it initially. I'm just be honest. I didn't learn till late on in my healing what was actually required, and it requires sacrifice. And that word is big because we're not always willing to sacrifice certain things. Not going out, not speaking to people or answering the phone. We're not willing to sacrifice certain friendships when we know we've experienced certain things in these friendships that we should sacrifice them for. So at the end of the day, I feel like it took me a while. And I don't want everyone to wait till it's too late to be try to begin healing. Like it needs to be done now.
Let me ask you this. Do you think that in specifically speaking, our community, the black community, that we don't talk about healing, the importance of dealing with some of our traumas? We don't have those conversations enough, not only just in our homes, but with our friends and with our family members.
Yeah, yeah, I definitely think so because it goes back to what I said that you learn while going through that journey. Like we need to normalize holding people accountable. And sometimes you're not able to hold people accountable for the things that they have done to you, of what they've put you through while you're still in it. You have to take a step back, isolate, and look at things from a higher ground for you to understand whether it was your mama, your daddy, uncle, aunt, sister. It don't really matter. When you're in that relationship, it's hard for you to see it sometimes because you got a good heart. A lot of us, we have good hearts, and we love our family, we love our friends, but it's it's important because it makes you a better version of you in the end. Healing is not for anyone else but you. So it's important for us to heal as a community, because if we can heal as a community within ourselves, then maybe we can begin to heal us as a culture, as one. But that's not going to happen until people take their healing seriously.
Dom the Monko. Yeah, I see a lot of people. We take, we take healing. We feel as if talking about our feelings to someone else is like an incredibly bad thing that at the end of the day we as a culture shouldn't do. And the funny part about it is we get looked down upon, talked about in our different neighborhoods and things such as that because we actually have those conversations in public, which makes it a lot harder for us to actually deal with those particular situations as a society, as a race, as a people, and things such as that. Why do you think, even now today, that is a hard subject for people to really talk about or overcome?
Because healing also requires you to take a look at the part you played in your own hurt. And a lot of people not able to face their demons. They're not able to take responsibility for the part they played and how they got to where they are or who they are.
Whew, gotta love that word accountability.
Gotta love it.
So, me personally, I'm huge about taking accountability. I hold every single person, including my dog, accountable for their actions, which a lot of time gets me in trouble because people, tend to, you're an asshole or you're this and you that. But at the end of the day, I know that I hold myself at such a high reverence that other people I feel should also do the exact same things for themselves. Especially when you are dealing with other people, because as they say, hurt people, but not only do you hurt them, you end up scarring them for life in some cases. I think that healing is one of those things that not only does it benefit you in a relationship and a loving, caring relationship, but it also helps you in friendships. It it helps you in life, at work. It helps you in so many different ways, so many different facets of your life that it allows you to also build and grow and get to your next level. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I would definitely agree with that.
So, what would you recommend, or how would you recommend people to seek their own healing, uh, or their level of healing? What did you do?
Actually, I didn't do anything. God did. Cause truth be told, I was missing it. If we being honest, like I didn't. I went through healing after certain relationships. Don't get me wrong, but I didn't do it in the way that I'm healing now for me to recognize the difference in healing, because we can get over boyfriend girlfriend. We it might take some time, but we can get over that. But when you're healing, you're dealing with all your trauma. You're dealing with past life trauma that probably you don't even know where this trauma came from. It's just instilled in you already. And then you have childhood trauma, relationship trauma, friend trauma, life trauma, because life be life, and we go through struggles. So at the end of the day, I feel like what you have to do is just recognize where you are in life. If you're one of those ones, then If you've been through it. You hold yourself at that higher regard. You don't tolerate BS. You've set those boundaries for yourself and what you will and will not tolerate. You don't care what it has to sacrifice, and if you want to stay in and you don't feel a need to show out, you're not looking for validation, from anyone, and you're just out here standing your ground, walking 10 toes in your journey, then cool. But if you're still in that process of entertaining things that you know that is beneath your worth, whether you've healed or not. If you know there's some childhood stuff you haven't dealt with, you've put stuff in boxes and ain't thought about in years, deaths you ain't cried over yet, and all this and that, then you're in a stage of needing to heal, and we need it. Our culture needs it bad, because if we can heal again within ourselves, then we can try to attempt to heal each, within the culture, because we wouldn't be treating each other how we treat each other. We wouldn't be commenting and talking down on each other how we talk down on each other. You know why? Because once you've healed, a lot of stuff don't you don't really get your energy no more. You don't participate.
Let me ask you this: in the world we currently live in today, do you feel how do you feel trauma? You think some of the traumas that we're currently dealing with in today's society have anything to do with modern day social media?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Especially with now that, people are able to get paid from social media, like whether or not Instagram finna stop it in a little bit or not, is the fact that people are looking for clout. Like for real, Alexa play clout by Cardi B and Offset, because at the end of the day, now that it is to that point where it's multiple social media, everybody putting in their 2 cents and can't spend it. Like it's just it's people too busy trying to create a persona, a life that they not actually living. The difference between me and what I'm actually seeing is that my persona on social media, I try to keep as close to how I really operate and whether I make it funny or not, honestly. But I'm not out here really trying to pretend to be something that I'm not. And when you've healed, you ain't trying to pretend to be anything. You secure within who you are. People can take it or leave it.
So I see a lot of people on social media like right now. It's actually kind of funny because of all the people that are miraculously ending up with blue checks that they never had, saying, "Oh, I finally earned it." But it's like you've been on social media for who knows how long. They finally made it available where I mean, clearly at the end of the day, it's being paid for. Now you've received a blue check. We know where it stems from. Why do you think that people are seeking such validation from, let's just be honest, complete and total strangers?
One thing I will say this, when with social media, people know that all it takes is the right thing for you to pop. Everybody going famous nowadays. We know people right now that shouldn't even be famous. We know people right now, we look literally looking at them asking how did they become famous? Like that should be me right there. And so with that being said, I feel like that is how everyone's going about it. They're trying to look for that next big break, or that thing that can make them pop. And truth be told, in the end, it's always about the bag.
But
I
a
mean,
blue check ain't a pop. You still got to
no,
do the
but at the
work.
same time, it lets people know that this is not a fake profile. And I think that's what people are seeking, to be validated. Like, I am a real person. This is me. These are my posts. They're not stolen. Da 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 da. Or if somebody do happen to come across their page and like me, which I've been battling with myself, if I'm gonna do the blue check or not. But with me, with the career path that I'm trying to go on and where I'm trying to get to, I see the pros and cons of having it. So I myself are even in the middle of like, should I get it? Should I not get it? Because on one hand, I'm like, I know I'm a real person. I know who I am. So technically, I'm not looking for that validation. However, on the other side, I do want that validation, because when it comes to bookings, when it comes to me, building my clientele up and stuff like that, and I'm asking people to pay for stuff and buy stuff from me, I want them to know that they're paying, if they're getting it from a real person. It's not a scam. It's not a fake account. This is who I am. And I think that we're spending too much time on the blue check and people seeking validation for it or not. At the end of the day, I feel like truly, if we being honest, we worried about the wrong things.
let's see. That's where with the blue check, and this is where they made the blue check insignificant. $8 a month, anybody can have it. The scammers can now easily start up now Facebook and Instagram. You get 125 because I've already seen 125 users, and there's a blue check next to it. Whereas the blue check was you had to have at least 10,000 followers. Instagram would send you a message saying send in a copy of your ID, and there needs to be some sort of public write up on you, and then they would give you the blue check, but it was earned and it validated who you are. Whereas now you don't have to do that. Put in a credit or debit card, pay $8 a month, $14 a month, and you now have a blue check. Now, if everybody starts having a blue check, is that then still gonna get you to the bag?
Well, must be mistaken because when I saw the message for getting a blue check for what is now 15.99, actually they've raised it. You still have to send in a copy of your government issued ID. So, not saying that scammers and hackers can't get to that information. However, you can make it harder for them if you are taking your privacy and your important documents, hidden more seriously. However, I feel like, if everyone has a blue check mark, then all that means is you ain't no different than the next person. Truth be told, which we ain't. So it really don't matter.
True, true. It was a status symbol for a good what 10 years now, 11 years. We'll see what happens moving forward.
Yeah, they
Uh,
coming out with so many new apps and social platforms that Instagram might not even be what's still popping in a little bit.
well,
It's
Instagram probably isn't going to be popping because they're talking about no longer doing monetization.
exactly.
They're talking about doing something whole totally different than what they're currently at right now. And if they happen to go that route, I'm positive they're gonna lose a whole lot of. It's gonna become like what MySpace used to be. So it's gonna be a cemetery of profiles.
Yeah.
So we'll see what actually happens there because I think the majority of the people that actually use Instagram are those that are models. Actually, it's more models than anything, athletes and entertainers, and that was a way for them to actually reach their people. But I think now, with the insurgence of TikTok, and then you're now getting all of these. Like right now, we're on 5 platforms. You have Kicks, you have Rumbles, you have Twitch. All those you still have to earn your blue check, and they are highly monetized. Kick is paying bags. They giving NBA deals just for people to come to their platform. So we'll see what's actually going on. Um, would you say where you're at today, you have found your chi? Are you healed? Are you still healing? Like, where are you personally? Where do you feel like you're at with yourself?
I feel like my healing is coming to a closure. Honestly, I feel like I've been going through this for complete healing for about 3 years now. If we being honest, it is phases to it. Some days you won't understand. Some days are gonna be tough. I do feel like I'm coming to a close and kind of wrapping it up, and I feel like my closure is now tied to my partner in a sense because I've done the work internally from root all the way up to crown. So now I feel like my closure, my 10 would be that happily ever after. So that would be me finding my king. And truth be told, this time around, you know, I'm sitting here talking to God like, King Spouter. At this point, send me a God. If you know, you know. Like that's where I feel like I'm at. So I feel like once I've had that, then my individual healing would be complete.
Dom DeMarco. I mean, I feel that I'm in my healing place. What knocked me off track in so many ways? It'll be 5 years on the 21st of this month that I lost my mother, um, who was a very, very focal point of my life, my best friend, etc. And in that, and losing her, it did change a lot of things within me and my life and my trajectory and the things that I was doing because it was a situation that was very unexpected. Um, it's like every so often it just happens in life. Like I've already lost a child. My firstborn child passed away when she was 4 months old. I lost my grandmother. Now to lose my mom, it's like it's one of those things. And I think that as we get older, we learn how to deal with losing those that are the most significant to you in your life, which it is the circle of life. We're all gonna go through these things, but it's like how you handle it, how you deal with it, how you get over it, and how you get to the next level. And then relationships. I can't say I've ever had an actual bad relationship. Um, People go, the key term of who hurt you. I can't say I've actually had that, and not because I haven't been in love or been in a relationship, because I've had amazing relationships, but like what happened is they ran their course, and then my thought process for everything in life is everything is a learning situation. At some point in time, you should be learning from what you're doing and growing. So when those things didn't work out, it was more of, okay, this is the path I should be walking in life. This is where God wants me to be. This is how it's supposed to be. Learn from it, grow for it, and then make sure you don't make those exact same mistakes, which I think is a good way to get allow yourself to not be hurt and out hurting other people and doing those things. And I'm the type of person, I like to take a significant amount of time in between people before I truly say, hey, I'm going to get into another relationship. I will never jump into a relationship, point blank, period. Now, on to boundaries. Tell me about these boundaries you speak of.
Let me start off by saying I'm sorry for your losses, Bailey.
Appreciate that.
I've lost a lot of people in my life. And
me too, but those are the significant, boy. If we had conversations about the people I lost in my life, we'd be
here all the time because I've lost almost 20 people in my life.
Yes, yeah. I have a family that's extremely huge. I could probably name 10 to 15 of them by themselves, not including, I think my first friend that I lost, I was 9 years old, Ronnie Walentowski, huffing paint, just trying some stuff out, being stupid.
Yeah.
So, yeah, like...
I get it. So I just wanted to start off by saying sorry for your losses.
Thank you.
No, loss is really serious, and that's one of the traumas that you have to deal with when you are going through healing too. If you've really lost people that meant a lot to you, because it's not easy. You wish you can pick up the phone and call them. So moving past that, and you're definitely right. Everything is a learning experience. I am one firm believer that rejection is God's protection and redirection. If you're rejected from something...
Wait. Pause right there. Say that again.
Rejection is God's protection and redirection.
She's spitting bars in here.
Don't.
No. Let them hear that one more time. Say it again.
Rejection is God's protection and redirection. Okay?
I need an amen for that one.
No, for real. We have to learn that too, because I know I did spend plenty of times, from rejection or things happening in my life. It's like, why? Like, I'm a good person. I'm trying to, I'm like solid. Like, what is it? But you got to understand that sometimes if you ask God to remove things from your life or help you with certain things, that's him working. That's him protecting you. That's him shifting you in a new direction. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to just leave that there. In regards to boundaries, especially because I am a single woman out here. I would say within my healing, when it comes to my partner, is where I have more boundaries. When it comes to like, well, not just even with a partner, I would say with people in general. So some of my boundaries is one, when it comes to relationships, I don't feel like I will live with someone unless we're married. I just love my peace and space too much. Not saying that my partner isn't bringing me peace, but I don't want to jump in, like you said, into a relationship and then boom, we living together. Nah, we not doing that. I don't. One of my boundaries also like not doing wifely stuff for just a boyfriend or my man. Like I will do certain things for you just to let you know, like it's there, it's love. I don't mind doing it for you, but we're not gonna make this a 24/7 everyday thing when we're just go together. Like we're getting too old for that. Come on now.
Elaborate on these wifely duties. I'm just kind of curious. I know they gonna ask the same thing too.
Well, I'm glad you brought that up because it's a lot of conversation from men about this 50-50 and paying all the bills. And if I pay all the bills, then what I need you for? First of all, if you need a woman to pay bills and come in, then you need to stop yourself right there. I'm just being real. Secondly, a real man knows what value a woman adds to his life. That's why he wants one. And it ain't got nothing to do with no vagina.
True, because vagina alone doesn't keep a man.
It does not.
If vagina alone kept a man, there would be a lot of men out here in some
multiple relationships.
some sort of relationship. And then, well, if vagina alone kept a man, I mean, the oldest profession in the world would probably end real quick because a lot of these working girls would get wifed up real quick.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, truth be told, a lot of them is wifed up real quick. People just don't know it because they know how to tend to separate the business from whatever, but that's neither here or there. When I say wifely duties, I just mean me as a whole being a nurturer. Not saying I'm not going to nurture you, but I don't want to talk all the time and you're telling me about some problems. The same way men don't want to hear all the time how a female need help with a bill or want some money. No. Like, figure it out. Show me that as a man, that not saying that you don't want a shoulder to lean on or somebody to talk to, because I definitely can understand that we all need that sometimes, and I don't mind being that for a man. But if we're just dating, then we have to have some boundaries for what things you tell me and what things you don't, because I don't want to know everything. You know, I'm happy with the fact that you want me to probably know everything. But we need to create some space to a point it where, as a man, you got it. I don't need to tell you. You don't need to tell me. It's like I'm gonna figure it out.
You sounding real traditional over here, lady.
Well, I am a real traditional with a hint of spicy modern on there. But while though that's true, just a lot of things, a lot of boundaries. Whatever boundaries you have to put in place to protect your peace and your energy.
Now, I have a question, okay? Because I have these conversations a lot, especially when it comes to relationships, love, and then what it takes in order to get like from meeting to dating to relationships to marriage, right? Mm-hmm. So if you're not doing, like, you're hinting at like wifely duties, but not truly showing that, how is he to choose you to know that you would fit the wife criteria?
Truth be told, the man knows. He knows who's in his presence.
We don't know that. No,
Y'all do.
We as men, because you got to understand, we're very literal.
Well,
and I'm probably the thing about this, and this is where on my channel, for a lot of times, a lot of guys hate the fact that I have no problem telling men when they on bullshit, but when we're on real shit, and then telling women, this is what we actually want, this is what we're truly looking for. And when you're telling and you're living that truth and you're being that truth, a lot of people hate hearing that. But as like me as a man, I need to know what I'm getting in my wife, which is why you become my wife. Which is like you as a woman. You know that he has to be a provider. He has to be safety. He has to be security. He has to be a provider. But it's not the fact that he says that. It's the fact that he shows that. And if he never shows you that, you know damn well you're not going to keep him. Am I right?
Well, listen, I never said I would never show him. I said I would cook. I would do clean certain things. I mean, if we meet and we're dating and we going through all these phases, which means you've seen me out in public, you've seen me around your family at certain events. If we got to that point where we've been dating to now you're introducing me to your family, I've seen you in your setting, whether you with friends or family. Like these are things you learn along the way to marriage. So it's like if you've been meeting on April 2023 and by December of 2023 she ain't cooked you no meal, that ain't it.
Done deal. No,
That ain't it.
that.
You get what I'm saying?
That.
So
if
that's
we made it through the summertime and there ain't been no meal, you ain't.
That's what I'm
you
saying.
You haven't contributed to the
Which
barbecue.
means exactly. You ain't brought no dish. You ain't. You get what I'm saying? So along the way, you're gonna see
Walmart or anything on the side of that container every time you come to the barbecue.
Yeah.
You can't cook.
Yeah, same way if you're dating and y'all, you know, at the point now it's getting pretty serious and you know, not even scratch that. Even the talking phase when you're going through. You on the phone with her, you talking to shorty for 3 months and she ain't mentioned nothing about laundry. She ain't never said, "Oh, I'm here cleaning up, putting up some laundry, folding, whatever the case may be." Like you learn or notice things along the way when you're talking, dating, seeing someone. So you'll know.
If it's Sunday, Marvin Gaye and Anita Baker ain't playing and she ain't talking about cleaning, then there's something wrong.
If she say it's Sunday and she ain't getting out of her bed. Because I'm one of the ones, like, if I done got my stuff done and everything finished, work good, I done checked my emails, whatever the case may be, and this Sunday, hey, I'm not moving out in front of the bed or TV. It got to be real serious. It got to be really something for me to get up because I'm not moving. That's what I'm saying. Like, as you're talking and getting to know someone, you will learn those things and be able to see those things and pinpoint those things that will show you, is this woman a waifu material, or is this someone that's just a fling? Is this someone I'll probably mess with for a few weeks, but I can't tolerate her on a long-term basis? Then as a man, you know, we don't have to as women, we have to carry ourselves and do certain things, but it doesn't take a man long to know if a woman is worth putting time into to get to that wifey level, or if she's just gonna be, you know, a jump off.
True. There's just, I feel you on her. Me personally, if I don't see myself wifing you, I'm never moving you in my house. Point blank, period. But if I feel like we're definitely in that trajectory, that's when the doors open and you can officially move in. Because I don't know that I'm gonna have. I don't want to be married and then this is the first time you move in, and then we already took that. What if I find out you shit with the door open, and then every time you take it as shit, you want to have a conversation with me, or.
But in y'all talking phase, how do you know she wasn't taking a shit while y'all was on the phone then?
But that's perfectly fine. It's on the phone. I don't see that. There's a difference.
It don't matter. You know she on the toilet though, right?
No, you don't.
Listen,
Yeah,
okay,
so
so sometimes you're right because I'll put the phone on mute if I'm in a bathroom or something. I'll be like, okay, I was in the bathroom, and then I'll tell them like I was in the bathroom.
I don't even mute the phone, and people don't know they in the bathroom. I don't take whole business calls. The bathroom is a quiet place. It's probably the quietest place in the house.
Hey, it's my sacred place.
Yeah,
I don't care how long it takes. I'll stay in that bathroom an hour until I come out feeling better.
Correct. Sometimes I catch myself just sitting there. It ain't even about the fact that I gotta use the bathroom. It's just the most peaceful place in the house. Mm-hmm. But what I'm saying is, like, okay, so for let's say you end up with this nigga and this man. Mm-hmm.
This king, this God
goes, and every
Okay.
time he goes to relieve himself, he's like, "Get your ass in here and have a conversation with me." And you like, no, you taking a shit. No, come and talk to me.
Is that a deal breaker for you? If you
That's
have
not no. What I'm saying is that a deal breaker for you, because these are the
well,
things that you may not find out until after you've already
already
been
got
married.
married. Well,
Right?
then, but see, my man already. I feel like he will already know what type of woman he dealing with. Like, we're not doing that. Close this door. Like for real. Like, I don't even like. I don't like when I'm taking a bath or I'm in the bathroom. I don't want my man coming sitting on the toilet, trying to talk to me and come. No, if when I'm in a bathroom, the bathroom is peaceful because it's the only place in the house you can get some privacy.
It's the one place people leave you alone at.
It's the one place people leave you alone at. So, that's your time. Close the door, babe. It's okay. I'm not going nowhere. Like at the end of the day, I feel like I might not learn that till afterwards. But at the same time, if he's with me, he know.
What you gonna do if he got a pet and he always let the dog sleep next to him?
No, see, these are things you find out along dating. We didn't even make it to married. If that's the case, if he has certain
you
things,
wouldn't know that
no,
you know that people hide those things. I've dated a chick and I thought I knew her, right? And it was just one of those situations where, I actually just ended up spending the night on a humbug. Not even because I really wanted to. It wasn't in the plan. She was the closest area. I was tired as hell. Can I just come? I don't care if I sleep on the couch because, we wasn't at that level. And that's how I found out she had like 2 cats and the cat slept in the bed with her. And honestly, I did not see her after that. Because I'm not a cat person and definitely ain't going to be in no bed.
What's wrong with cats?
I'm not a cat person.
I got 2 cats, so.
You a cat lady?
Yeah, I'm looking like, what's wrong with cats? I'm like, they're my babies. I got a boy and a girl. They be fighting sometimes. But no, I get what you're saying as far as like not frowning out certain things until it's too late. But those would be one of your boundaries. Like, look, you done set that boundary. Like, that that's not for you. You can't sleep with a woman who sleep with cats. Like, my cats don't sleep in a bed with me now because they done got older and like.
Wait, you said now?
Yeah, they used to sleep in a bed with me for real, especially my girl cat, cause she's the oldest and I had her first, so she just think my bed is like her bed.
Her bed.
Then no one sleeps on the other side, so she like, this my spot, mama, and that's your spot. So we cool. Her brother try to come in there, and then it's like sometimes she let him, sometimes she don't. She be in her moods, but that's one of your boundaries. That's boundaries come in with all different type of ways, whether it's places you will go and won't go because if you go there, your energy is going to get knocked off and you ain't trying to get taken out of your element, or not dealing with certain things because you know what you're looking for in life. Sometimes people sacrifice a boundary because one reason or another, but those to me are people who are still needing to heal and not knowing exactly what they want or wasting their time. Because if you know that in the long run you're not going to be able to do with that, why are you even acting like you can deal with it? Because now you got this person thinking something is cool and it's not. And then when you later bring it on up, they're going to be like, well, why you didn't say nothing before? Or it wasn't a problem then. It's like, no, if something is a problem or something is wrong, voice it now so it's no confusion later down the road. Or remove yourself. Like you said, you can't deal with cats. You ain't messing with no girl who got, sleeping with cats. That was one of your boundaries. You ain't see her no more.
It ain't even got to be a cat. You see, I got a dog. My dog ain't getting in my bed with me. That's why you have a dog bed. Okay,
that is true. Cats do have a cat bed, and
my animals are meant to be just what they are, animals. Mm-hmm. I'm a human being. I do things, and you walk around in your own pee and poop. You do crazy things. You're an animal. You go outside and walk around in the grass. I at least put on the shoes.
Well, at least cats clean themselves.
Well, dogs clean themselves too.
Not the same. Not like cats. You have to give a dog a bath. I mean, you can give a cat a hand bath towel, too, but for the most part, you have to wash dogs. Cats clean themselves.
Well, you usually wash dogs because it's shed, and then they gather a lot of oil in their skin. But most dogs are.
Some
Or
people got cats, like I originally got my cat as an emotional support animal.
I originally got my dog as emotionally.
Yeah,
My
so
first dog.
don't
See, this is my second dog now. See, my first dog was my healing dog. My second dog is my pet slash she's a business move. So, I'm gonna
Okay.
breed but I'm going to have her for sure for her the entirety of her life.
Yeah, but see, you got your original one as an emotional support animal.
Yeah,
I
that's when I
mean,
was
so we're
dealing with everything with
human,
my mama and stuff.
yeah, so they bring value. They add value to our life. We all love our pets. Whether you got a cat, dog, snake, lizard, it don't matter.
True, everybody
Hopefully,
looks
you're
at
not
pets.
sleeping with your lizard or snake or whatever.
See, that's
You
when
know, they're
people
not
do that though. That's that weird stuff. I can't do that. I
No.
just there's I'm a nigga. I guess there's boundaries to some shit.
Hey, exactly. Setting boundaries.
So, okay. So let's take this back just a little bit because I love this part of the conversation where people are setting boundaries, right? Because like as a man and in relationships, right? So let's say we've been together for like we've been together for a whole year. We in a full blown relationship now, right? And we walking down the street and a guy just randomly grabs your ass. And obviously you're gonna be like, you gonna go off, right? And then I'm your man, so that's gonna piss me off, right? But then like what happens if I decide to go, yeah, but you ain't my wife yet, so I don't know if I should give you these husband duties of protecting you like that. Is that the same as not getting full like wifely duties, even though we know that's where we taking it?
Truth be told, it depends on the dynamic of the relationship.
You is not finna keep. If I'm your man, you ain't keeping that nigga. You not gonna protect me because I'm not your husband yet.
I mean, it depends on the dynamic of the relationship and the woman and what she deems as protection. Me personally, I wouldn't get offended.
You are definitely different. Because me personally, first off,
Because first of all, I already handle it. So I wouldn't even need my man to get. I want my man to get out of character when I really need him to. Baby, this ain't it. It's okay. I got it.
okay, but that's the difference though. If he's a man, he's not gonna allow you to break character. Your job is to be his woman, his
instinct.
lady.
It's instinct. It's split second. Somebody grab your ass, you turn around. That's quick. He might push your hand down, baby. I got it. Like, dude, keep walking. That's all he need to say. That's all he needs to say.
Okay, well, yeah. Now that's understandable. But what I say, because in these modern times, this day and age, I've heard women literally say like they gonna take care of it as if they themselves are a man. Like I'm gonna put my foot in his ass. My man ain't even got to do it. And it's like, in reality, that's just not a realistic situation.
My thing is, if you've been dating a woman for a year and she's still operating in her masculine energy, then you're probably not the man for her because you're automatically.
With
No, that's some true. No, that's real spill because a woman 9 times out of 10 in 2023, when you meet a woman, she's gonna be operating in her masculine energy. As a man, it's up to you. Not saying all women, because I like to operate in my feminine energy. Anything that take me out my feminine energy, I don't want to be around it.
In 2023, for the most part, 95% of women are operating in their masculine, which is the number one reason it's so hard for them to find men. But the bad part about it is, like, I'm a masculine man, point blank, period. This is how I'm supposed to be, though. So as a masculine man, you are forever looking for a feminine woman. And her operating in her masculinity, and then she's around you, and because that's what she's used to doing, her hitting that switch of feminine is a hard thing to do. It's like you have to earn it. Whereas like, I mean, we can earn this one of two ways. I'm gonna sit here and put up with your bullshit until you feel like you ready to operate in your masculinity, right? Or it's gonna be an Ike and Tina situation. You gonna realize, like, I just watched this video on TikTok.
I'm sorry. Let's just
I
let
don't
me
know.
jump
No,
in.
I'm not. I don't condone that at all. But I'm saying this to for a reason, right? And the reason for that is like that's why it's so silly because it should never ever be like it was never meant to be that way. And I feel that is the fault. That is where our society right now is super failing. There aren't enough men in the world today that are moving in their own actual masculinity as God created and deemed them to be in order to be a man, in order to take care of a woman, in order to truly provide and do what the fuck he's supposed to do, that women feel they have to be that of masculinity, which isn't real. It's more of I have to act this way in order for me to be what I need to be and get to where I'm at. But at the end of the day, what's natural to you is being feminine and being a feminine being. And it's so hard today to watch so many, and I see even relationships where she wears the pants. And I really want to slap these dudes in the back of their motherfucking head and say, if you don't man the fuck up and take control, you are supposed to lead this home. You are the one, you supposed to be the rock of this family, but you ain't the rock. You the fucking pebble.
Well, I will say this. You got a lot up in there that I kind of want to touch base on, so I hope I don't miss anything. It goes back to healing, honestly. Healing as men, healing as women before we become one. A lot of people that are in relationships now that's going through the things that you're, sort of things that you're talking about are people who haven't healed. Because if they healed, they wouldn't be accepting less than they deserve. Or they wouldn't be tolerating things that should have boundaries, protection on them.
I think they don't know.
They don't know. Well, I guess we here to tell them.
our families are so the current modern day 80% of households are single parent households.
Hey, but that's why I want to finish touching base on. Next, I want to remind of what we said earlier about it being a vicious cycle because her guy meets girl, she's nice, but he then messes her over and turns her into a savage, which she then go get a good guy and she messes him over and
turns him into a savage.
Turns him into a savage, so it's a vicious cycle. Mm-hmm. Plus the fact that the black household was broken up a long time ago by first removing man. That's second thing I want to touch on.
First they remove man, then they replace man with welfare.
Yeah. And then I want to touch on the fact of how, things have been glorified and done with men that were still here or whatever around. At the end of the day, women are now operating in their masculine energy because they feel like they have to. And then a lot of them don't know how to flip the switch back. We get comfortable in it. See, that's what I had to learn through my healing and how to flip that switch back from my masculine energy to my feminine energy because we get comfortable in it. You know why? Because we're safe in it. That's when it comes into the man. And I had this conversation, had touched on this conversation with someone on Facebook when he was saying, he not making a woman do anything. You can't make someone do anything. And technically, to an extent, he's right. You can't make someone do nothing that they don't want to do. But for just like we always say, for the right woman, a man gonna act right. It's the same thing when it comes to women. For the right man, if you coming and you showing us that this is what we need and we are ready to see it, then help us get to our feminine energy, because a lot of us had to operate in our masculine energy. A lot of women don't know how to flip back to their feminine energy because their masculine energy keeps them protected. It keeps them safe. So when you're coming in and you want to be a man to this woman and you ain't trying to just be a jump off, If you're just trying to be a jump off and you just want to fuck, then of course you're not gonna do the things. And I don't even. I'm trying to work on my curses, but I have to say fuck to get my point across because when you just trying to fuck, you don't care. Here. Like you just saw fat ass, she cute, shorty, whatever you wanna hit. All right, cool. But if you're a man and you're a man that knows how to be a man and you're operating your masculine energy to the point that you're ready to meet a woman, understand this going in that it is 95% of the women out here operating their masculine energy. The question is, are you man enough to take her out of her masculine energy and put her back in her place? There's a way to do that and there's a way not to do that.
Is it really my job to remove her from her masculinity or her job? Because I didn't put her there.
I think we're getting too caught up on the verbiage.
I have to remove her from that. And that's the thing is, what happens is we have to jump hoops, show our worth in order to get that version of that woman when that's what we want from day one.
Well, truth be told, babe, you already knew what you was getting yourself into when you started messing with
and that's woman. The problem.
But my thing is, what's the definition? What's really removing her from her masculine energy? Making her feel safe? Making her feel protected.
Now I'm glad that you hit on that because I was going to rebuttal that too. It's not even a rebuttal. The biggest question is, what are women so afraid of to where they constantly feel like they have to protect themselves? Because I feel like in the world that we live in today, a woman is at their all-time high of safety. Now there's a level of vulnerability that is there that we all, men and women both, have to protect themselves from, right? And being vulnerable, but to be as masculine as some of these women are today, it's actually almost to the point to where some women are more men than women. Mm-hmm. And it's like, why? Like, what is it? Where is this? And I hear that a lot is we have to protect ourselves. But my question, and no one can ever answer, is what are you protecting yourself from?
I mean, but let's be serious. Well, first, let me just say, we both got to show and prove ourselves. We're not asking men to prove ourselves, and we don't have to prove ourselves. To an extent, it's a give and take. It goes both ways. No one is over the other. You have to prove to me that you're worth experiencing my feminine energy, and then I have to prove to you that I'm woman enough for you. I can be a woman for you. I can step outside my masculine energy and let you lead. But no woman is going to do that for a man that she doesn't feel is capable or worthy to experience that side of her. And as far as what are we protecting ourselves from, Black women have been unprotected and degraded and pushed over, looked over for so many years, glorified all other races. And I say that as a woman who was with a man for 7.5 years, was engaged, and he went on to marry a white woman. So don't say what do we have to protect ourselves from, because a lot of Black women are afraid to go to gas stations at night over things that have a lot of women are being kidnapped, killed. Like, not saying that that's what's happening because we're talking about relationships, but just far as women are operating in their masculine energy and protecting themselves and comfortable there, because being there is what getting them okay and where they need to be. But Black men was removed from the household. The ones that was left degraded, overlooked, left us unprotected, beat, domestic violence, all type of stuff. And then now the Black man wants to come back home into the Black household, and we're just supposed to be waiting there with open arms as if we haven't been hurt, traumatized, and have healing to go through. That's where it comes back to healing. Now, we have to heal.
This is where me personally, I say that's where the message to me is kind of fucked up, because the Black man didn't take the Black man out of the home. No. So when the man does finally come home and he wants to be that man, he now has to fight not only the system, but he also has to fight the one woman that he wants. Now, in your situation, granted, that happened, right? But you still have to understand, remember, 87% of black men still marry black women. The amount of men, black men, that don't marry black women is very low.
But how many are actually staying married to black women? Because
So
the divorce rate is really high. You
the
might
divorce
marry
rate
a
is super
black
high.
woman,
But if you
but are
actually
you
look
staying with
at
her?
the numbers, it is actually black families have actually, we still stand the test of time. We our marriages actually are lasting longer than other cultures. The number one is Asian. They marry within their own race at the highest rate, and they stay together longer than anyone. Point blank, period.
Hey, no, I agree with you. I was raised mostly by my mom and aunt, so yeah, I grew up in a single parent household. But I was very much a daddy's girl and spent a lot of time with my dad.
But see, we still,
no. I'm saying
yeah, I
he
feel
was
exactly
married.
what you're saying.
My
Yeah,
uncles
yeah.
were married. I have long-standing, examples of black love that can stand the test of time. So I totally agree with you that those numbers are there, and we are trying to rebuild that structure. But a lot of those that are, we are still fighting within our community, within ourselves, to bridge that gap of what was taken from us. Like, yeah, we're 80%,
And I think that's
7%,
where what
but
I'm a product of I'm a 70s baby. Okay, we in 2023, and I think our culture at the end of the day needs to let go of what happened in the 50s and the 60s, because that's not where we're at today. They hit us the hardest in the 80s with the crack epidemic. Okay, we are long and well past that. There are many, and this is the problem. And I look at statistics because I'm a statistics person. Okay, you can't just tell me something. I need the facts that go with it. And I hate looking at the fact that black women are the last to get married, but it's also our culture that teaches us wait till 30, go to school, which that doesn't happen. By far, if you compare the black woman to the black man, you have double the amount of children. The women have double the amount of children of that said black man. So it's like, who are you typically choosing, and where are you choosing them from? Because the issue is, well, black men and black women are still making babies together. That woman is having babies with multiple black men, right? But she's not choosing, and that's the hardest part in this entire thing, where we always say that the black woman is not being taken care of, and she's not safe, and the man isn't protecting her. And it's like, but we are. But in divorces, when it does happen, the woman leaves the man over money. The woman leaves the man because she feels like she deserves more. Like, the home is being broken, not because he's lying, cheating, beating. Even alcoholism is only 8%. Drugs is 8%. Alcohol and drugs are actually lumped into the same thing, and it's only 8% combined. But it's 80-something% when it comes to
them
I
leaving
feel like
for
I
more
deserve more.
But
I feel like he can do more. Where it's like, what is the more, and what dream other than the social media society, the Kim Kardashians, the Cardi B's, the Beyoncé's, like, they're looking at this lifestyle, these city girls, like, they're buying. We've officially bought into this entertainment lifestyle and feel like that is the life that we are supposed to have. No ifs, ands, or buts about it, right? And if that man's not giving that, then there's something wrong, which is where, our culture is, the moment black people get money, they run straight to the designer. to prove? And at what point in time do we stop buying into the number one thing that is tearing us apart? Because it's not that we're not choosing each other.
I think it goes back to healing. That's just how I feel about it. Like if we're healed internally, individually, be within ourselves before we get married, we'll move a certain way and attract a certain part to the point we can begin to avoid those things. Because I don't know, I'm different, so I can only speak from my perspective. But I mean, we struggle. We're going to struggle, especially because they don't want us to win. And the whole buying into the industry is because we think we have to look that way to win, or we've been taught that this is what is like, this is what is looked at. So we have to look like this, and we have to have this on for us to get noticed. When we gonna get noticed anyway, baby, because only our skin stands out. We wasn't born to fit in, and I think the when we realize that that we'll move differently and start different things. Because truth be told, in my opinion, how I feel, I don't even want to stay here. Like, I'm ready to start transitioning to move to another country. Like,
I
like,
feel the exact same way.
I don't even want to stay. I think we need to be get into the bags and leaving.
And see, and that's when it comes to the healing aspect, and that's where I'm at. We could easily heal the moment we stop drumming up our past. A past that we don't know. We've never been whipped. We've never been beaten with batons. We aren't walking down the street having fire hydrant water hoses being hosed down. We're not told we can't go in this bathroom and that bathroom. Yes, it is a part of our past. It is a part of our history. But what we are doing is we are letting our past define us and our future.
Absolutely, I have to disagree with you there for a second, because although we didn't go through those things, our black men are being killed on the street. Our black women are disappearing, getting traffic and stuff. So yeah, we might not been strung up from streets. We might not been hosed down, but they are still, it's still lavender. If not, it's worse, because they're doing it blatantly in our face the same way they was now, and just giving us breadcrumbs and thinking, oh, we'll give them a little bit of this. They'll accept that.
100%. But at the same time, 108th and Dinker, I'm from Inglewood, California. I've seen more black lives taken by black men than I have by white men.
Hey, I don't disagree with you. It comes down to, again,
there
healing.
is a level of healing that has to happen. But the level of healing, we can no longer continue at this point. We're 60 years past it. Our grandparents went through that. Our parents didn't even really go through that. They came out of that. We are a whole third generation. We're third generations removed from even that aspect. We are 15, 20 generations now from the actual act of slavery with it in itself. So for us to continue to allow that to define, and this is the thing, going back to where we started at earlier, accountability. Well, they got some cameras from the phone to security cameras to dash cams to now the cams that are even on the police officers. For the ones that are doing the things they shouldn't be doing, they are being caught and being held accountable. They may not be held accountable the way we want them to be, but that is happening, which has slowed that situation down. But we still have places like Chirac. We still have crazy killings going on in Memphis, Texas, Louisiana, Florida, Alabama, Atlanta, LA. LA right now, it feels like if you do anything in entertainment, whether it's music, producer, movies, the moment you come up with any kind of money whatsoever and you decide just to visit, there's a good chance you may not even leave LA. So, and those are all black on black crimes. Whereas when we look at the numbers, we have to sit here and we have to go. We have That's where I feel like our own culture has to take accountability for our own actions, and then heal from within before we ever start pointing the finger at one-off situations that aren't happening, because every day hundreds of black men and women are being hurt, killed.
Yeah, and not even just here. And I don't disagree with you. There is a lot of, blacks killing blacks. So,
And I
I
think that's
mean,
the
I
first thing we
think
need to take
we
accountability
do
for
need to
before
take
we,
accountability
at this
for,
point in
because you're
time,
killing your brother, you're killing your sister.
prior, we
Yeah.
can blame the system. Now, we're worse than the system.
Yeah, I think that again, it all goes back to the healing stage. We need to figure out where we are in life, what we need to do to get where we're trying to go. And we need to understand where we're trying to go requires work.
Yes.
And I do think that we need to understand that while although our ancestors and in the past was brought here by force, we don't have to stay. We don't have to stay. We are keeping us. I see all the time, or hear people say all the time, "Oh, I want to move to a different state, but I
It's
don't know
not
where
the
to
state.
start."
It's not the
Is first of
state.
all, there's violence. There's going to be violence everywhere. We just have to understand that. That's one. And two, there's nothing to it but to do it. Do your research, make a plan, be serious about it, do it, and just go for it.
I think so many people have been lied to about some of these other places where other countries, they tell you Africa's a bad place to go. Well, you ain't never been to
No,
Africa.
I've
If you go
definitely
there,
looked it up.
it
I've
is
already got
beautiful.
look.
It is one of the
Yes.
most richest. It is actually not the poorest country in the world.
No.
It is the second richest country in the world. It is, the United States is not the freest country. But
United States money is not even worth the same value when you go to these other
no,
countries.
it's,
Sometimes
and
they're
it's
more,
falling. It's falling,
and it's
quickly.
falling even more.
Yes. So we live in a society where unfortunately we believe everything we're told, but people also don't know any better. And the moment you leave and you go somewhere else, you see the differences, which is where even me myself, I have an exit plan for me and my children in the future, and it takes that. It's not even really about getting to the bag, because you don't, even if you go to this other country, you're gonna easily be able to make a living. You just need to be able to just leave.
Yeah. With that being said, I encourage. I know you said for the future. I don't know what your definition of, your future, but I know for me, with this upcoming election and seeing everything in the news, my son's a freshman. He'll be a sophomore in the fall. So by the time he graduates high school, I'm trying to be gone. And if God willing, before, and he'll just have to understand, because there's so much happening that we have to become a unit now more than ever, or have that oneness within ourselves, because we're going to need that courage and strength for what's coming. And a lot of people don't have it. A lot of people worried about the wrong things, like when we was talking about the blue tick. The blue tick, if everybody got one, it just means nobody is different from the next. And that's truly how it is in the eyes of God. We all are the human race. We treat each other like shit, especially within the black community. Everything is funny. Everything is a game. We pulling out our phones and recording instead of being the one and stop. And then if you don't want to jump in and stop something because you're afraid or you're scared, that's okay. Go get help. Go get someone who ain't scared, because things are going to keep happening, especially if we allow them to. And same way, when we touch base on a relationship, everyone has their own criteria for their marriage or for the future relationship. We can't say what is supposed to be and stuff. We're not in that relationship. That's not our relationship. We have to normalize minding our business. Unless that is sent for us to comment on and come for, then we have to leave it where it's at. And even some things that are brought to us, we have to have those boundaries in place to know that that ain't for me. That's not my business. I don't have nothing to do with that. Let me walk away. Let me mind the business that pays me. Because truth is, you have a life to to live. You have kids, you have something to lose or whatever the case may be. So we have to focus on healing, being nicer to one another, understanding what the real goal is and where we need to be going. And where we need to be going is somewhere other than here.
You know what you need to be doing? More of this. This may be her first podcast, but I hope it's not her last podcast. The whole reason that I created this podcast, 6 years ago, was just for that. It says real people, real lives, real conversations. These are conversations that unfortunately people are not having. And I treat this like the backyard barbecue. I treat this like when you go out with the boys. I treat this like when you go to your homie's house or even a stranger's house and y'all just start talking about stuff. And out of that conversation comes moments of learning, moments of reality, moments of words of affirmation that may be healing for someone else, because on your own, you don't have these conversations. When you're sitting, these are barbershop conversations. These are beauty shop conversations. This is girl talk. This is girl guy talk. There's a reason that I put this podcast together, and I think she found out the other day that I don't really have a format to the situation. It's everything that we do here is organic. It's real. And what it does is, as you guys see, it brings passion out of people. It brings their reality out of them. You can see what touches your emotions and how it makes you feel. And whether you know it or not, it touches people.
Yes.
So thank you for doing this.
Yes, thank you for having me. I hope that's not my last podcast. And I do want to say one other thing as far as healing. It's very important to have solid people around you. And I say that because I want to shout out my girl group. They are literally my sister tribe, that when we need to go out, we need to let loose, or if I need someone to talk to, or just me always being there for them. We come together and we really support one another, and we're all solid with each other. We all know where we stand and where we are, and I truly appreciate each and every one of them for the ways they've been there for me during this healing process, so they know who they are.
Well, I'll be the first to say, keep doing what you're doing. Keep healing. You're welcome here whenever you want to come. Just let me know. And then regardless, well, I'll be seeing you in hot ass June 9th at Flex Fest.
Well, y'all heard that as an open invitation. So if you see me back, remember he said I could come. But yes, if you want to see me in person and you're not sure where I'll be at or hang out at, I will be at June's 9th Flex Fest as one of your ring girls. Again, you can follow me on IG _Tatiana for real, and on Facebook, Tatiana X Dali.
And if you guys pay attention to the chat, I already have her socials pinned in the chat. Go ahead, hit her up. Great conversation. In the chat, we had a Janice. She says, if a woman be submissive, when that man in her life makes her feel more secure, and bring that out of that masculine side.
Absolutely. That's one of the things I was trying to touch on, is that it's not so much as make her or your job to remove her, but if you're just being a man, normally how a man should be, you're going to help her get there on her own. She's going to submit to you naturally because she recognizes that she's in the presence of a true masculine man, gentleman, king, God, and that he's worthy of her feminine energy.
Well, y'all heard it here first. I personally don't have those problems, but you niggas have those problems. Y'all need to get up out this bullshit. Learn how to change a tire, okay? Learn how to cook, clean, and do all of these things on your own. So by the time you have a woman, it's not because you need a woman, it's because you want a woman. Yes. Build yourself up financially to be able to not only take care of your woman, but be able to take care of a family. There is a level of, a lot of y'all want to call yourself kings when you're not even a pauper. Just gonna be real. You're not a you ain't even made it to prince status yet. And people have to learn, know, and understand that in order to get to that level to do things in a certain manner. A woman is meant to literally fall behind you because you are supposed to lead. And when they say fall behind, it's not the fact that she has no say or she has no do and no will. It's the fact that she's comfortable not making all of the decisions and knowing that your leadership is not only beneficial to yourself, but it's also beneficial to her, because your leadership inevitably is what allows her to properly lead her home, which would be full of y'all's children.
We're going to be here 2 hours because let me just say something. It's not necessarily fall behind you. If we're going off the story as far as woman was made for man rib, she's your side. She's there to be by your side to help you through these things, to walk this journey with you.
That's why I said not physically fall behind.
Yeah, not physically fall behind, but yeah, okay. I just wanted to make that clear. I'm like, hold on.
She got a little triggered.
Well, I got a little triggered. Like, it's not us falling behind. It's us walking by your side to the point that we are working this journey with you. It's not necessarily about paying bills. The paying bills conversation, leave that alone, because we all gonna get some money out here. It's about what can you bring to my life that adds value, that makes me be at peace, that doesn't jeopardize my spirit or my character or energy, and makes me want to be around you, not just for that hour, not just for that date, but for long term. And ladies, let's heal. Let's not let things that have been done change who we are at core, because truth be told, as a woman, as women, we are very powerful, and submission goes both ways, but you can't get a man to submit and to you either if you're not carrying yourself or operating in that energy that makes him want to be a man for you.
Just had this conversation on Monday. Men submit to women far more than what women submit to men. Mm-hmm. But the problem with that is the word submissive is so demonized in the world that we live in today that truly lets me know that you don't even understand what submission is or how submission truly works. Mm-hmm. Because in order to be submissive to one, the other must first be submissive to you. So you can't submit to someone that hasn't already submitted to you. And that is what I don't understand. But we also live in a world where common sense just ain't common no more. Y'all don't truly understand like what partnership is. I'm so tired of hearing people talk about this damn table. At the end of the day, I'm just going to be real honest. A woman should never come to the table with what a man comes to the table with, because what we bring to the table is actually supposed to be everything that allows her to make the table flourish.
It's a balance. It's about balance. He brings the protection. He brings the providing. He brings the teaching. And you bring the nourishing, the directing, the caretaking. He pays for the home, but you take care of it. He's trying to get somewhere. Okay, baby, I'm finna research how we can get there. I done found 10 things already we can do to get, you get what I'm saying? So it's like, it's a balanced situation. Like, do you want your woman or man to make some money, have money?
And when that man come with those 10 things, support him.
Yes.
Like, be there and be like, yes, nigga, this is where we go. Okay, look, what is your plan? Like,
what is the plan?
When if your man comes to you and says, this is what we're finna do, you are not to question him.
Your
questioning isn't to question whether you can do it or not. Your line of questioning should be, how are you planning on doing this?
Or how can I help?
So when he tells you how, well, you don't even have to ask, how can I help? You're going to be like, okay, babe, well, if you do this, this, and this, I got this, this, and this. That is what you call partnership. And that is how you take over the world. That is how you get to the next level. That is where you go from way down here to way up here. And if you don't understand that, or you're so busy talking about, I'm going to get to the bag. I'm sorry, but if you look at almost every single person, millionaire, billionaire, six-figure maker, they need someone to get there. Either they need someone to create that platform, someone to create that product. Whether you like it or not, everything is a partnership. Are you going to be part of that ship is the question.
Or are you going to bring it down? A woman is not trying to be on the Titanic. I'm not trying to be in no entanglement.
Yeah, but a lot of times they create the Titanic because they ain't trying to feel no cracks.
It depends on the man. Again, matter of fact, it's a balance. It goes both ways. We need to normalize being comfortable in vulnerability because you have to be in your. You have to be vulnerable.
Didn't I say that? I said that earlier.
Yeah, you have
Which
to.
Is why
you have to allow
there
yourself
should be
to be
no
vulnerable.
such thing as masculine women and feminine men. Because if everybody was vulnerable like it used to be, we would all walk into relationships in our natural self, doing exactly. Because a man could then be a man. Because we're very vulnerable to women. As a matter of fact, like if you look at the dynamics of love, we are far more vulnerable than what women are.
You can get a man wrapped around your finger, and I use that metaphorically. Men, please don't attack me. You can get a man wrapped around your finger
and do whatever you want
by being a woman and being feminine than you can by being masculine.
All day long.
All masculine is going to do is make his guard going up. But if you soften up a little bit and you let him feel that warmth and sensitive side of you, you can get him much quicker. Like I've
always said I would love for these. I need a camera system in a strip club so that y'all hard ass women can see what happens when men enter the doors of strip club and women literally come and they come, hey baby.
I actually do know what happens in a strip club. I had a past. I really healed because at the end of the day, before you even talk about partnership again, heal within yourself first before you be dragging around trauma into the relationship and he ain't even did nothing or she ain't even did nothing. It's not just women that need to heal. Men need to heal too. It's a lot of men out here with mommy issues. It's a lot of men out here still dealing with losses that they done lost.
Well, here I agree with that shit. We all gotta
heal. We have to heal before we call ourselves hopping into a relationship because all you are doing is dragging that hurt into that new relationship.
Most of these single women are raising men that are perfect for them, not perfect for you. That's why they single mamas. Most of these single mamas, especially with sons, are raising, which is why he's my king. He's my this, he's my that. No, I'm not. I'm your fucking son. Teach me how to be a better man to women, not to you. Go find my daddy. My daddy's supposed to make you happy. I'm not supposed to be your happiness. And that is the problem with so many of these relationships out here is they have mommy and they have daddy issues. Mom raised the son to be the man she never had. And a lot of these men are raising daughters to be the wives that they never had.
Truth be told, I don't think it's just one thing. It's not just this or that. It's an accumulation of things.
It's an accumulation, but that's one of that is one of the biggest, most prevalent issues.
Yeah, I agree. But we have to keep in mind that when we're talking about healing, we're not talking about one specific thing or one specific relationship. We're talking about deep rooted healing. We're talking about
if you got and quit running to these street niggas, knowing damn well these niggas ain't finna do nothing for you.
Mm-hmm. Stop looking for love and men to marry in places you know they ain't at.
They don't have a future. They don't have a future.
Why are you looking for a husband at the club? Not saying that
Why
men
is
that
this the second time I done heard this
Why are
week?
you looking for men that you want to marry at the bar? You know you out here looking for a real relationship. He ain't at the strip club.
This is the
cigar lounge.
This
ladies.
is the second therapy session this weekend. This week. Monday, we had a brand new black couple on that couch where you sitting right now that said she said the exact same thing. And this is what I've been preaching to women for the longest, and y'all tell me that I'm full of shit. If you want a doctor, you need to be where doctors hang out. If you want a lawyer, you need to be where lawyers hang out. Mm-hmm. If you want a drug dealer, you need to be at the club. If you want a Mr. Beater nigga, yeah.
A white beater? A black beater?
If you want somebody that's going to put hands on you, 9 times out of 10, again, take your ass to the club.
And listen, I gotta say this for the men though, because I'm not gonna say every man that's at the club is gonna be bad, but at the same time, they ain't gonna be good. They not in that stage. They not at that place. He might be in a couple of months. Maybe if you catch him in a year or two, that same guy you saw at the bar, he might be ready now.
If this dude been going to the club for the last 5 years, you know what he doing. He been in that same club for the last 10 years. You know what he doing. I literally just made a post on my Facebook, and this is for all these, and this is for men and women, because this is just facts. So we gonna read this together. Everyone forever talking about a bag, especially my people, and it's 10 times over for our black women. So let's get to the bag. Also tagging those who already do this and more. Step 1, stay at the club, celebrating nothing and filling your body with poison. Step 2, be on time for everything. Actually, be early. Step 3, the same ones you party with, partner with, and create a business plan. Step 4, register an LLC with all of you as members. Step 5, all the money you save not going to the club, invest into your business. Step 6, get on every podcast available to promote yourself and business and be able to articulate your business strategy. Step 7, make a 6-month goal with a profit of $10K. Step 8, document everything you do via your smartphone and post the same way you post you partying. Step 9, don't give up. Failure is your first win. And step 10, if you made it this far, repost it and tag your future business partners. How many people you think reposted that?
None.
Absolutely none.
None. Because truth be told, like I said, healing also requires you to take a look into your own participation, your hurt or work. A lot of people are lazy. A lot of people don't want to do the work that's required.
Why millionaires are 1%ers.
They're not ready to do that work. In the same way we're telling females not to look for their husbands at the bar. Guys, if you're ready for a wife, you ain't finding her in the club. Cause truth be told, I haven't been to the club since literally last time I've been to the club, I feel like was my birthday. I'm a Capricorn. So my birthday fell on a Sunday this year. I went to McFadden's after a nice dinner and just had some shots and, danced around and or whatever. But it's April. She's not at the club, bro.
This is the thing. Man, we're the hunters. We only go where the women's at. Point blank, period.
You go where you think the women are at.
No, we know that. That's why at the clubs there's a ladies' night. There's no man's night. Everything, even at the strip clubs, they got like ladies' night. If you go ahead and come on Wednesday or Thursday night, we catering to you. Listen. And if you want to be something, you want to win $500 to shake your booty, go ahead and get up here. It's ladies' night. Ladies get in free, and then they double charge men. And guess who still shows up in droves? Women do, because it's free. And then the men just follow.
But listen,
and the whole
those
goal,
are people that are like having fun. But
what are they celebrating?
they might not be celebrating anything. Maybe they done had a rough week and they want to let loose and get some energy off. And for some people, dancing and liquor does that. I
But
don't smoke
90%,
anymore, but
90% of
dancing and
these
music
people,
definitely help my healing.
90% of them is living paycheck to paycheck, can't hardly pay their bills.
That's not our business.
And God, this thing. It's not the fact that it's our business, but the fact that we want to build up our community, build up people, and heal. Music can be listened to anywhere.
That is true. And
Drinking
you're right.
could be done at
We're
home.
wasting money.
We
pouring it.
wasting the exact same money that we should be building ourselves up with.
Truth, especially bottles. I will say shout
So
out to
we
men on
can't-
that. Y'all strong because as a woman, I don't care how much money I got in the bank. You can't tell me I can't get that same bottle from the liquor store for cheaper and get drunk before I come.
I'm not finna go pay $550 for four of my friends to get a bottle of Ciroc that costs $25 across the street.
I'm not. I don't. It is. What
I've been
it is.
saying that shit for years. That don't make
So
no
I
sense
definitely
to me.
agree with your post, and I agreed that a lot of people didn't.
And
Probably.
if you look at it, this and this is the sad part. Okay, if you truly go to the club, you see what it's really about. Mm-hmm. For the nigga, there's two niggas in one in VIP that bought a bottle, and there's 9 chicks surrounding them. The majority of the women are in VIP. The minority of men are in VIP.
Honestly, I don't really go to the club out here. I've been a few
Well,
times.
I don't go to clubs at all.
Men, if
I
you're
own,
a man
like I said, I
and
used
you're
to
looking
own
for
one. I ran
a
them.
wife, she's not really at the club. And if she is at the club, it's probably because she had a long week. You probably see her that one week and won't see her there for a minute. We're honestly at brunch. We're at day parties.
Thank
We're
you.
at the sipping paints. We are at we probably out hiking or at the gym.
But that's
or
what I
something
say
like
about that's what I say about clubs and bars and even these restaurants. Honestly, they 100. Been there and done that. We target you. You is who we need to bring in the door. Because is the more of you that there are, then I know these guys are gonna come in because they gonna see you little Miss Attractive with her glasses on, standing there chilling with her girlfriends. She got a little cute girlfriends, and he gon', what's your name? Can I buy you a drink? And 9 times out of 10, yeah, you can buy me a drink. I ain't giving you nothing else, but you can at least buy me a drink.
Truth be told, I'm gonna be 100% honest.
Not you. Not you.
Oh, okay. I
Remove
was gonna
yourself
say-
from this
I was gonna say,
conversation.
we being honest, I see
You-
men standing around a lot in the clubs when I do go, and they don't say shit to women. I have.
Well, it's definitely nowadays. I can't believe you came to me and asked me what my name and my number is. You weird. Like, what you mean? Or was I supposed to message you on Instagram?
That's weird. I can't believe people are actually saying that.
Yeah, that's the world we live in today. We literally live in a world.
I don't know. I be
Again,
in a
I'm
crib.
old-
So if
I'm
I ain't with the
older.
girls, I'm in a crib. You gotta deliver my Amazon package.
I'm older. If I'm gonna approach you, gas station, grocery store, man. Back in the day, whew, man.
I can't believe that. Honestly,
Doctors and lawyers.
I haven't got a
That's why I
guy offer
miss
to buy
Walmart
me
being
a
open
drink.
24
Well, I
hours.
take that back. At brunch, it happened one time, but it wasn't for just me. He bought it for all the girls.
Thank you, but that's where these clubs, bars, brunchings, all these. That's where they make money at. They literally make money and they cater to. That's why margaritas. What's that with the OJ and the champagne? Mimosas. They give all those drink specials because I can't tell you there's ever been a day in my life where I was like, nigga, we finna go get these bottomless mimosas. Yeah, we gonna go have brunch. Like, we don't talk like that. That's not just how men are. But what we will say is, hey, Saddle Up go. That's where all girls go to. They got the bottomless mimosa.
Y'all don't say girls. Y'all be like, that's where the hoes be. That's where the bitch is gonna be at. That's what y'all say.
I keep it.
When we truth be told, which we have to change our dialogue. We have to change the way we speak on one another or towards each other. Like, we're not bitches, we're not hoes, we're not niggas. We're kings and queens. We're gods and goddesses. Let's act like it.
Well, that's healing. 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 All right, let these motherfuckers know where they can find you at again. Let them know your socials.
I am on Instagram _Tatiana for real, the number 4, and on Facebook Tatiana X Dolly. I would say Snapchat, but if you find my Facebook, you'll find my Snapchat. So I'll just leave that there.
And her socials will be in the description. They already pinned to all the comments on all these social medias. So,
yes. And if you're trying to travel, if you want to book a trip, I am a travel agent. The link is in the bio. You can hit me up in my DM. I do groups, individual, part. It don't matter. We can get cruises and resorts, everything.
I was just looking at cruises. I used to be a travel agent with Expedia.
Oh, yeah, no. I'm an independent travel agent.
I know. You the best ones.
So, hit me up.
Hit her up, ladies and gentlemen. Take your trips. You know you want to take your ass down to Mexico and get chopped up.
I heard the men going to the Dominican Republic. That's what I'm hearing.
Well, you know why.
I don't know why. Why they going to get some surgeries and stuff done too? I don't know.
Men been going to the DR and Colombia because you have beautiful, submissive black women.
Well, hey, they go ahead, Black Kings and
they
Black Queens. We need to be going somewhere too. We need to be going to Africa.
See, that's a conversation that I really want to have with a group of women because men have been leaving the States now for like 10 years to go literally marry non-American modernized women. And the question is, where can a woman go to go find a husband? And from every conversation I've ever seen, well, like, you can't really go to Africa because 9 times out of 10, when you go to Africa and you realize that 90% of Africa is Muslim and they're going to have more than one wife, are you going to be that woman?
I can't really comment because I've been in poly relationships before, but today ain't Friday, so we ain't getting into my deep spiel.
Oh, that's not a Freaky Friday. That's actually more of a Sunday conversation.
That probably is more of a Sunday conversation.
Fridays is on the Freaky Fridays. We just have, honestly, it's really more about people calling in and telling their freak stories, and we ask them questions.
Oh, okay.
But occasionally, well, we got Truth the Drink sitting over here, as you see. We don't do the drinking part, but we definitely ask the questions because, the questions, just opens up another form of conversation, which allow us,
I respect our religion. So, I mean, I don't know. No one ever really knows what they're going to do until they're put in that situation.
And I say that all the time. And really the natural role of men and women outnumber men in the world 11-1. If God came down right now and told every man to take a wife, whether you like it or not, ladies, y'all share it. Hands down. No ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Actually, I mean, maybe.
Well, either that or you're going to kill yourself.
I was going to say something, but I'm like, that's a conversation for another story.
Either that or
I'm not going to say nothing
yourself.
Because I told you what I told God I'm looking for and what I'm trying to attract. And if you watching this live, you get a glimpse of the woman that you would get. But I ain't looking right now. I'm focused on I'm just gonna say I'm focused on my healing. I'm focused on building a life for myself and making sure that I am worthy of the man that I'm asking for. We have to remember that too, is that when we're out here asking for this in a woman or this in a man, make sure that you are worthy of the man or woman that you're asking for.
We keep going there, and I'll keep trying to end this.
Yeah, he's trying to end it, y'all. No. So maybe I'll come back for another.
Yeah, you're coming back. You ain't got no choice. You coming back,
and we'll get into some other stuff.
That's the thing. Is like, I don't think that people truly understand. And the thing about it is, when I say people, and it sounds bad, but I don't think a lot of women really understand. You also have to do the work to get the man that you want. He ain't finna knock on your door. You have to do. Men. Well, you can tell a man he's fat. We gonna go to the gym. We gonna lose weight. You can tell a man he's broke. Well, he gonna go find a job. He gonna do what he got to do to make the money to no longer be broke. But reverse the role. Tell a woman she's fat. You're body shaming. Tell a woman she's broke.
I don't know. A lot of women are it's some people in the gym trying to get their body right, but then again, it's some not. And I say that, ladies, as someone who likes to eat, I keep telling myself I'm gonna get to the gym. I keep,
I mean, I'm leaving
hey,
there right after
but
this, so
look, listen, I'm thinking about food right
see.
now. I'm like, what I'm finna eat when I get back towards the crib, but. No, I definitely enjoy, coming in
And go
and
ahead and
talking
hit us
to
with
you
your
and stuff.
hit us with your closing thoughts. What do you think of the podcast? How did it go for you?
I was a little bit nervous. I liked it. I definitely enjoy it. I do feel like I have a knack for it. Especially when we're talking about topics that I'm passionate about. And, I'm a good talker. So, at the end of the day, I do like it. I'm glad I came. I look forward to coming back. I hope, you guys come out to see me at Flex Fest.
Oh, we're
June
gonna make sure
9th.
that happens.
If if you got my social media, look me up, hit me up. I be out here. If you see me out here, say hey, say something. Don't just stare at me. I've had that before. So
Natalia said
don't do that.
She did say it was gonna be 2 hours.
Yeah, I said it's gonna be 2 hours.
It's an
because,
hour and
look,
47 minutes
listen,
right now.
when I talk, I talk, and anyone who's around me knows that they can tell you that I'm a real genuine person. I'm really 100, and I just say what it is, and I don't mind if you come in and you tell me something I didn't know, or tell me something that putting me on game. You're right. I appreciate that. I agree. We can have conversations. We need to normalize having conversation and receiving criticism or knowledge without being offended.
Thank you.
I'll come back. We'll talk again another time.
We're gonna do a Sunday show.
Yeah, we'll get in. We'll get in there deep.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank y'all for tuning in to another episode. See, when she first showed up, I was like, she's nervous. You could tell she was nervous. She was talking like this. I had to keep turning the microphone up. But as she started to relax, you see her voice came out. Her voice came up. She is a very passionate person. She's got a lot to say. We need to get to the point to where we, as men, also give. We here in 2022, 2023. Well, I can say since about 2021, men have been very vocal themselves, and we have done a lot to try to shut down and shut up women. But at the same time, men and women need to actually be having these conversations together. No one should be shutting up. Mm-hmm. We should be having these conversations together. Black men need to be sitting down with black women, and everything else. There needs to be interracial conversations. We have to, in order for us to get to where we truly want to be at, we all have to get on the same page. And if we're not on the same page, it's just never going to work. All right? Again, thanks for tuning in to another episode of Therapy Session right here on No Cap Reacts. I'm your man, Bailey, a.k.a. Mr. Go. Get him! And, well...